Our topic in this video is the difference of function and relation. What is relation? A relation is a rule that relates values of one set to another set. What is a function? A function is a relation which relates values of one set to only one value in the second set by some rule. Here are some examples. Example of relation: the set of all mothers to the set of all children. The elements of the domain can be imagined as input to a machine that generates one or more outputs. For the function, we have the set of all children to the set of all mothers. Here, the elements of the domain can be imagined as input to a machine that any input generates only one output. How do we relate function and relation in terms of quantity? Is the set of all relations bigger than the set of all functions, or the other way around? The answer is summarized in the Venn diagram. There are many ways to write a function and relation. It can be a set of ordered pairs, diagrams, and table of values. Consider the sets of ordered pairs P and Q. In the set P, the first elements 1, 2, 3, and 4 relates to 2, 3, 7, and 4 respectively. Similarly, in the set Q, the first elements relates to the second elements. Both sets P and Q are relation, but only set P is a function, since every first element of the ordered pairs in P relates to only one element. In set Q, the element 1 relates to two values, 2 and 7, thus it is not a function. Now let us consider the diagrams G and H. Both diagrams G and H represent a relation. In the diagram G, B maps to 1 and 2, and D maps to 3 and 4. An element in the first set maps to two values in the second set, hence it is not a function. In the diagram H, A and B are mapped to 2, and C and D are mapped to 3. Every element in the first set maps to only one element in the second set, hence it is a function. Lastly, consider the table of values A and C. Both tables represent a relation and function. Another way to describe a function is through a graph. Now we will discuss the functions as graph and a vertical line test. A method that determines whether a graph represents a function or not is the vertical line test. The vertical line test states that a graph represents a function if and only if each vertical line intersects the graph at most once. How to use the vertical line test? First, draw a vertical line in the graph. Second, if the vertical line intersects the graph at more than one point, then the graph does not represent a function. Otherwise, it is a function. Note, all possible positions of vertical line must be considered. To illustrate the vertical line test, let's have some examples. Consider the diagonal line. First, we draw some vertical lines. Notice that each line intersects the graph at only one point. It satisfies the vertical line test. Hence, the graph represents a function. Now consider the graph of a circle. Let us draw some vertical lines. A vertical line intersects the graph twice. Thus, the graph does not represent a function. And that ends our discussion. Thank you.